Good afternoon. It's Lynne here from the Learn English Network. And let me just see. Oh, I'm a little early, but never mind. It's better than being late. Okay, just make sure I've got everything set up correctly. And we'll start the session on time. So let me do a bit of blah blah first. Introduction. If this is your first time, if you come across this video on YouTube, this is a live event which you can join. Join the Learn English Network, register for the event, join the event at the right time, and you can come in live, ask questions, and if your English is good enough, or if you feel confident and I know you from the forum, then you can request to come and speak with me as well. But this session is for beginners, aimed at beginners, for beginners. So it won't cover advanced topics. Okay, you can find and ask questions about advanced topics on the forum, in the network. This session is purely for beginners. Okay, we will be doing screen sharing and it will be recorded, and there will be a replay on the Webinar Jam replay website, but also in YouTube. In YouTube, you can watch the video, and there's now a little bit of interaction because some people said, I watched the video, but I couldn't ask questions. Now, you can, strictly speaking, comment on the videos in the Learn English Network, but they are moderated. So the comment will not appear until somebody has moderated the comment. And if it's been answered already, then it won't be answered again. So always check the grammar pages and always check the actual lessons, just to make sure you're not asking a question that is already answered. So I'm going to be screen sharing. Bear with me. I'll disappear for a second as I switch screen sharing on. Excellent. Okay, and today it's a slightly different lesson to what appears at the moment on learnenglishonline.org. And that's because we're currently reorganizing and rewriting the lessons there. So this is a little preview into what to expect from the new lessons. Okay, and it's about articles. Specifically today, the articles a and an. Okay, so it's something a little bit new today as well. You won't have seen this previously, but up here you'll see on the slide, ask a question at, and then a very strange little URL, Universal Resource Locator, and goo.gl/slides/GS6G5C. What on earth is that? It's actually a new feature from Google. If you're a teacher watching this, you might want to try it out for yourself. So if you use Google Slides and you create a presentation using Google Slides, you can now have a sort of bit of interaction with your audience. And if you were to enter this URL into your browser, or if you were to click on it, then you would come across this screen. Okay, and you'll see here slides Q&A, the articles a or an. So have a look at that for a second. Okay, so no questions yet, because of course you can ask questions live during this session. So this is really for people who are watching this on YouTube and want to ask a question kind of in real time. If you're watching the replay. Now, the link will only be open until next week. I will close it then, but it will reopen again if we do this session again, okay? And you can ask anonymously. Be good, okay? So if you don't want your Google account or your picture to show here, by the way, that is me, you can click Ask Anonymously and it anonymizes your question. You ask the question by simply typing here, who are you? What are you doing? Oh. Okay, and submit. Now you've only got 300 characters, so keep it succinct, okay? And I will receive that question, because I shouldn't really be speaking to myself. If you're in the call, don't worry, you can just ask normally in the chat, okay? So, just to repeat, the link there will be open until the session next week. So do be aware, it's not something that's going to be there forever and ever. If you're watching this in 5 years' time, you'll have to wait till we do this session again. So let's begin. Articles, a or an. And that's the indefinite article. Okay, now don't worry, you don't need to remember all the grammar terms. Okay, but just accept that most nouns, words, things in English take an article. Okay, if you can accept that, you're doing well. And we're going to look at the first question, what? As English learners, what is a very useful word? So, these indefinite articles, there's two of them for the indefinite articles. Next week we'll look at a couple of others. We're going to just sort of concentrate on a and an in this session. So there are two so-called indefinite articles in English, a or an, and we use them before singular nouns. Remember, nouns are just words, they're just things, don't be frightened. For example, one letter, a letter. One number, a number. One word, a word. One sentence, a sentence. Now, watch out, because if you remember from the alphabet session, A is a letter, the letter A, and it's written capital A and small a. So you've got capital A and small a. Okay. A is pronounced differently. The article is pronounced a. So A is a letter. Oh, sorry about that. I should keep my fingers off the actual slides. And just remember, when we talk about nouns and singular, singular just means one, and nouns are just words. Okay? Words that sometimes take articles. Okay, so, a what? You might have noticed there are a lot of words in English. Dictionaries upon dictionary upon dictionary, full of words. Don't expect to learn them all at once. But to ask about something, you can use this very useful question word, what? So, for things, not for people. We'll be looking at other question words in other sessions, but for this session, what? So, let's have a look here. What is it? What is it? We've got two pictures. I hope you can see the pictures. And if you don't know what it's called in English, you can say, what is it? What is it in English? You might know the word in your language, but you might not know the word in English. So when someone asks you the question, what is it? You can answer it's. Now, it's is short for it is. Okay? So the answer to what is it for this question, for this picture, is it's a chicken. C-H-I-C-K-E-N, chicken. Because there's a single chicken, just one chicken. Quack, 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 quack. It's a chicken. What is it? It's an egg. E-double-G. It's an egg. One egg, singular, an egg. Okay? Let me know if I'm going too quickly. So, you have to decide, why are there two articles? Two articles, a or an. A chicken. And you've got a plus the letter C. The sound is ch, but the first letter is C, and the sound is ch, a chicken. And we've got an egg, and often you will hear an egg. An egg. It's like there's one word. An egg, an egg. We've got an plus the letter E, the sound in this case. An egg. And that's what makes you decide, that's what forces a or an. A, and then a ch sound, or a k sound, or a b sound, chicken. An, and an or a or sound, egg. Okay? This you can learn for a test. Lots of practice, drilling. Speaking, you do need to work out, get a feeling for whether it's a or an. Okay? A chicken, an egg. Which came first, the chicken or the egg or the chicken or the chicken or the egg? We'll do that next week. Okay, a chicken, an egg. It's about the letters and the letter sounds. What do I mean by that? Well, let's have a look at the indefinite article a. We use it before words beginning with a consonant. Now, a consonant is just a letter from the alphabet, and these letters are consonants. So if you remember the letters that we did in the alphabet before, B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. Or a consonant sound. We'll look at the consonant sound in a moment. So we've got a chicken, ch sound, chicken. A cat, k sound, cat. So there we have the letter C. It's also to do with the sound. And a dog, d here, a dog. All taking the indefinite article a. A chicken, a cat and a dog went for a walk in the park. It's not going to end well. So, when do we use the article an? Okay, we use it before words beginning with a vowel letter. Okay, vowels are also letters of the alphabet. If you remember the alphabet, it's A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. Or a vowel sound. Remember that, a vowel sound. Okay, not all vowels are letters. We have vowel sounds, just to confuse you. So, an egg, the sound there is e. An owl, an ow, ow. And an umbrella, ella, ella, a, a. An umbrella, a sound. Okay, and they all take, those sounds take the article an. An egg, an owl, an umbrella. Okay, you have to learn the rules for your tests, for your exams. you have to develop a feeling for speaking. In speaking, you have no time to remember the rules, so lots of drilling. Try to remember these sentences. Remember, I said a letter. If you have more than one letter, sometimes one letter or more makes a word, and more than one word makes a sentence. So here's a very simple sentence. Sentences end with full stops, okay, called periods in American English, but the full stop in British English. So, a chicken is an animal. Okay, sorry to be making sounds. I have to make this fun for myself, you know. So, a chicken is an animal. A cat is an animal. A dog is an animal. Now you notice one sentence, two articles. Each noun that you can have singular or plural, each noun takes an article. That is one of our annoying rules in English. If you speak a language that doesn't have articles, you are going to have to work very hard to get used to articles. However, if you speak a language like German that has articles, it's easy. We don't bother whether this chicken is male or female. We don't care whether the cat is a queen or a tom. We don't care whether this is a chicken or a cockerel. We don't care whether it's a dog or a bitch. Gender, male or female, does not change the article. A chicken is a chicken is a chicken. A cat is a cat. A dog is a dog. A bitch is a bitch. Okay? A cockerel is a cockerel. Makes things a lot easier. Now, we're coming to the end of today's session. I haven't had any questions, which is good. So I'm presuming you all know what I'm going on about, and I'm not going too quickly. I mentioned vowel sounds. Okay, when you see a word like hour, you might think, oh, it's a consonant. It's an H. Okay, now notice that. An H. I'll just type that up. An H. So the sound H takes an. However, not always. We have a horse. That begins with H, but an hour begins with H, but the H is silent. We don't say hour. We say a hotel, a horse, a hobby, but we say an hour, and that means it's the vowel sound hour. And also, we've got the letter U. Well, I said earlier, an umbrella. You can say an umbrella, and I'm trying to think of some words beginning with U. Can't think of any. Got a mind blank. An uncle. Okay, you've got a U and there. Yeah. But here you notice it's even though it begins with a U. And that's because this U takes the U sound, like Y-O-U. A university. Not an a university. So we have exceptions to the rule based on the sound the letters make. An hour, a university. Don't panic when you find this out, okay? Do not panic. It's just developing a feeling for the pronunciation. So there's a word for you. Pronunciation. How letters and words are pronounced. How they sound. And English pronunciation is a little difficult. Articles are easy. Pronunciation, get a feel for it. We will be covering pronunciation in future sessions. So again, don't panic. Okay. Now I have a little test for you. Yes, I said the test word. Don't panic. And to get the test, I'm not going to set the test here. This is something you can do in your own time. Okay, I can send it to you. So just ask. Okay, you can ask in the forum. So you need to be a member of the forum to get the test. And I'll just send it to you, and then you can ask again for the answers. So we start to communicate together. Okay, so don't panic. It's not too difficult. It's just a little test on how you can complete these articles. Okay, how you can complete different sentences using articles. Okay, so if we look again at the noun session, you'll remember I said an animal is a noun, a thing is a noun, a person is a noun, a place is a noun, an idea is a noun, an event is a noun. You've already seen and heard these articles, an and a. And you'll see an vowel, a consonant, a consonant, a consonant, a consonant, a consonant. So you've got n, noun, a, animal, thing, p, person, place. Then you've got an and a vowel, I, an idea, an and e, an event. Okay? So you've already met the articles, but this is why they change. Okay? And again, if you want to check if a word is a noun and needs an article, you can use the dictionary. Okay? Okay, so let me just repeat. Ooh, hang on, I've lost my text. Where did it go? Okay. Okay, when you're choosing the indefinite article, a or an, you have to think about not just the letter of the word it's going in front of, but also the sound. A chicken, an animal. A cat, an animal. A dog, an animal. An egg, an owl, an umbrella. But the sound as well. So an hour, a university. Okay, and that's it for this week. We start a bit early, so we'll finish a bit early. Any questions, if you're watching this on YouTube, go to this link. If you can't get in, you're too late. It's only open for a week until next week's session. Next week's session, we'll be looking at the other articles. We'll review these articles again, but next week we'll look at what we call the definite article and the zero article, which are the and no article at all. So there's quite a lot to learn and get a feeling for, but with lots of practice, read, look at word lists, decide whether it takes a, an. Practice, practice, practice makes perfect. And next week, come ready to learn about the and zero article. Okay, thank you for coming. And thank you for not asking any questions. I do wonder if you're there when you don't ask questions, whether you've just registered and logged in and then gone to make a cup of tea. There's no need to do that, okay? You don't have to attend to view the replay. So I've sent you a little message, you three, and hopefully you'll get the message. You do not have to watch live to get the replay for this session, just the Tuesday session, Back to Basics. So by all means, register and then watch the replay in your own time, okay? I'd hate to think you're awake at 3 o'clock in the morning because you might miss something. Anyhow, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming, and I'll see you next week. And I'll just leave you with this. We say hello, but we also say goodbye. Bye. Come across this video on YouTube. This is a live event which you can join. Join the Learn English Network, register for the event, join the event at the right time, and you can come in live, ask questions, and if your English is good enough, or if you feel confident and I know you from the forum, then you can request to come and speak with me as well. But this session is for beginners, aimed at beginners, for beginners. So it won't cover advanced topics. Okay, you can find and ask questions about advanced topics on the forum, in the network. This session is purely for beginners. Okay, we will be doing screen sharing, and it will be recorded, and there will be a replay on the Webinar Jam replay website, but also in YouTube. In YouTube, you can watch the video, and there's now a little bit of interaction because some people said, I watched the video, but I couldn't ask questions. Now, you can, strictly speaking, comment on the videos in the Learn English Network, but they are moderated. So the comment will not appear until somebody has moderated the comment. And if it's been answered already, then it won't be answered again. So always check the grammar pages and always check the actual lessons, just to make sure you're not asking a question that is already answered. So I'm going to be screen sharing. Bear with me. I'll disappear for a second as I switch screen sharing on. Excellent. Okay, and today it's a slightly different lesson to what appears at the moment on learnenglishonline.org. That's because we're currently reorganizing and rewriting the lessons there. So this is a little preview into what to expect from the new lessons. Okay, and it's about Good afternoon, it's Lynne here from the Learn English Network, and let me just see. Oh, I'm a little early, but never mind. It's better than being late. Okay, just make sure I've got everything set up correctly, and we'll start the session on time. So let me do a bit of blah blah first. Introduction. If this is your first time, if you